What they should have taught you in school.
You finally found a car you really like. The test drive was perfect, it has all the modern features you want, and it smells like new plastic and financial success. You are sitting across the desk from the salesperson, and they ask you the most dangerous question in the entire automotive industry. What monthly payment are you looking to stay under? You do some quick mental math, think about your paychecks, and say you want to keep it around $420 a month. The salesperson smiles, taps a few keys on their computer, and says, "Great news, we can make that happen." You feel relieved. You sign the papers, grab the keys, and drive away feeling like a responsible adult who just made a very manageable financial decision.
But what just happened is one of the most common and expensive traps in personal finance. When you buy a car based on the monthly payment, you are completely blind to the actual cost of the vehicle. By stretching out the length of the loan, a dealership can make a very expensive car look incredibly affordable on a monthly basis. You might think you just bought a car for $420 a month, but in reality, you just committed to handing over a massive chunk of your future income to a bank for the next 5 to 7 years of your life, plus interest.
Let us look at what that $420 actually means when you bring home something like $2,800 a month after taxes. That $420 feels like a small slice of the pie. But when you sign a 5-year loan, or 60 months, you are not just paying $420. You are agreeing to pay a total of $25,200, over $25,000. Suddenly, that manageable monthly payment reveals itself as a massive financial anchor, and that money is legally promised to a lender before you even wake up to go to work.
But a car payment never travels alone. When you finance a newer car, the bank requires you to carry full coverage insurance, which for a young driver can easily run $150 a month or more. Then you have to add in gas, routine maintenance, and annual registration fees. When you stack all of those invisible costs on top of your $420 payment, your actual transportation cost jumps to closer to $650 or $700 every single month. That is exactly why so many young adults make decent money but constantly feel broke. Nearly a quarter of your entire take-home pay is being sucked into a metal box parked in your driveway.
This is the hidden mechanism of debt. A monthly payment isolates a single expense and makes it look harmless. But when you zoom out, you see that it is eating up the exact money you need to build your actual financial future. The car is not just costing you $420. It is costing you the opportunity to do anything else with that $420. And to make matters worse, while you are pouring thousands of dollars into it, the car itself is losing value every single day. You are paying interest on something that is rapidly becoming worthless. Now, imagine an alternate reality. Imagine you skipped the dealership entirely and bought a reliable, slightly older car with a few $1,000s in cash that you saved up. You do not have a car payment. That $420 stays in your bank account at the end of the month. What could that same money do for you if you gave it a different job? If you were carrying around $6,000 in credit card debt at a brutal 24% interest rate, making minimum payments will keep you trapped for years. But if you take that freed up $420 and attack that credit card balance every month, you completely wipe out that debt in just over a year. The massive weight of high-interest debt disappears simply because you chose not to finance a car. You bought your freedom instead of a newer dashboard.
Or what if you took that $420 and decided to invest it? If you put that same amount every month into a basic index fund for the 5 years you would have been paying off the car loan, the math gets incredibly exciting. Instead of having a 5-year-old car that lost half its value, you would have an investment portfolio worth nearly $30,000 thanks to the power of compound interest. Your money starts making its own money. And if you stopped investing entirely after those 5 years and just let that $30,000 sit and grow until you were ready to retire, it could easily turn into hundreds of thousands of dollars. That is the real cost of a $420 car payment. It is not just the $25,200 you pay the bank. It is the hundreds of thousands of dollars in future wealth that you accidentally sacrificed because you thought the monthly payment was affordable.
This is why guessing is so incredibly expensive. You cannot rely on a salesperson to tell you what you can afford. The easiest way to protect yourself and your future is to see the timeline for yourself before you ever step foot on a car lot. By opening up a simple budget dashboard or an auto loan calculator, you can plug in the real numbers. You can see exactly how much total interest you will pay, how much of your paycheck will be locked up, and what your total cost of ownership really is.
When you use a tool to look at the total cost instead of just the monthly payment, the spell completely breaks. You stop viewing a car loan as a normal monthly bill and start seeing it as future income that you get to keep for yourself. You take your power back from the financing office. You get to decide what your money does before it disappears, and you build a life where you actually get ahead instead of just keeping up with the payments.